bird with wings. Wings up bird. This is a hand with a thumb there. It's a hand out like this. And then you got the hole. That's where you put your offering. And then inside the hole, as you can see, there's a small plate of rock right here to put your offering on. And not many people would recognize that. But things like that are always at the same type of places, at the same spots. So this is what we were saying, like pre-Aztec stuff. It's really crazy. Everything's carved into monuments. And I like to just pay respect when we come in here like this. So right now, I'm looking at, we're here on site now, and I'm looking at the camera from Intuition point over there, Cam 1, so I can see what's going on before I go over there. And I gotta find the right point of entry. Because I don't know, this is apparently, they're gonna, whatever the subject, if it lives in there, will be awake now. I have to assume that I'm already busted because of my car sounds coming in here. But at least this way I could hear an alert call or grunt coming from the camera site. So if they make me coming in and they do a big grunt or alert whoop, they usually only do one. I'll be able to hear that, pick it up. Which normally I wouldn't see. So having ears over there is pretty cool. But then I sacrifice a lot doing the filming and narrating. Because that busts me. Normally I'd come in here quiet. No feet sounds, no voice. Voice carries. Even the ground isn't bad, but voice carries. So that's the big thing. So having to narrate the videos as I go in and explain what's going on. Basically, I sacrifice stealth to do that. Like I said, normally I'd go all the way in and never make a peep. Gotta make, in a minute, I've got to make 3, 4, 5 miles an hour. So as soon as I get off this cam, then I'm gonna have to blow, and I'll get back on when we get to the canyon. So I'm trying not to speak with any depth. It's very quiet right now. You could hear anything anywhere. So I'm just over the ridge from the canyon. And I gotta get down and get all the way back to where that cam is without trying to alert anything. So, here we go. And man, I need to detect all this stuff big time, because this is where I got the Spanish colonial artifacts that were probably mid to late 1500s. A crossbow, arrow tip, a beautiful chisel made with looks like Iberian steel, and the back of an axe head. So this area is incredible, man. The early Spanish, the Jesuits, knew how to read the pre-Aztec monuments and things. It goes to a worldwide code. I show that code in some of my other videos. But either way, yeah, I need to work on this side a lot more. But let's go ahead and try to get in here. Okay, so our camera, Cam 1, is, let's see if I can see it on this screen. on the boulder right there. Let's see. Try to zoom in here. Okay, it's not doing it. So these giant rocks in the bottom. That rock's like 15 feet tall, maybe 12. Then behind that you have that smashed tree. Then right up from there you have a rock standing on the edge. Our camera's under that rock, and our antenna, you can see it just sticking out the top there. I'll try to zoom in post. And it's looking down this way into these giant boulders here. And I can just walk under those boulders. They're so big. And then they clog this canyon up. You go back in there, and that's where that big bowl box canyon with the caves and stuff is. So, and this smashed tree here is a warning. And the smashed tree down there is a warning. Makes a line saying don't go past here. But of course our camera's past there, so I gotta go around again. Get back up over there, drop back down, get to the camera and switch that camera out. So hopefully whatever's back there is just laying down, taking a nap and not paying any attention. We hope. So we're back over here at this sketchy spot to go down. And the reason I fired the cam back up is because this tree over here. So this tree is a marker, and it's actually showing this canyon's occupied. Here's my slide marks when I came in the snow and put the cam in. That's where I almost slipped down. So yeah, you can see this tree here, been down damage. That stuff still has its little twigs, some of it's still green, so that was all alive. That's not snow damage or anything. So that marks our don't go up here boundary, first boundary. It also says, hey, I live here, or I occupy here. So if there was Russian olive in here, they would probably have a lot more of those every year, but maybe I just wanted to point that out. So now I gotta get down off this mess. It looks so small on the camera. What's up with that? And it's not. Without making a bunch of noise. Not easy. Let's see here. This is eating up all my time. Okay. Crazy, huh? Oops. Yeah, So we'll take a quick look at the damage. Okay. Yeah, look at it. This is the easy part of the canyon. No problem. The big stuff's back there. Okay. Cool. A lot of this is carved and monumented. Look at the fragments of destroyed wood. Burnt wood. Now it's just the iron concretion. Spain used to mine these for gold, because the iron gathers all the gold. So they would chip them all out and then process that for gold. Imagine the pre-Aztecs and Aztecs did it too. Every time I turn the camera on, it beeps like crazy. So, I believe this is where the subject was the other day making all the racket. And our camera is right there under that rock. Right under the front of it. You can see the antenna sticking off up the top there. So I'm coming in around this way this time. But yeah, I think it was right here, making all that noise. And then later something actually physically blocked the camera, or the antenna, because we lost signal for 2 hours. There's nowhere to stand here. And whatever it was, found the camera. It passed its finger over the lens really fast, like that. So, I don't know how it found the camera, but it managed to do that and never get on it. see it better now, but that's it. Smash tree number 2. Yeah, that's the canyon's fully blocked by boulders. And that boulder's about 15 feet. That one there is about 15 feet tall. Okay, let me get this camera swapped. Okay. That's it, we're good. Yeah, the other day that subject had to be either right here, which there's almost no room, or like I said, right up on top, right there. And if you ever watched one of our earlier videos, we found a serpent effigy, big 5-6 feet long serpent that you pour water in its head and it spools down. That's on top of that rock, and its head's pointing that way, tail that way. But no joke, it's a big carved snake, and you pour water in the head and it runs down the body. So that's all the Aztec and pre-Aztec shit. Okay, well, everything looks prime, man. We're out of here. I'm gonna go try to, hopefully I got time, I'm gonna go try to place cam 1, I think up out of the canyon over here, just to provide like a corridor watch and see what the hell happens. Okay, cool. Yay. I don't know what this is. It's green. When just a week ago we had 5-degree temps. I don't know what this plant is. I don't recognize it. Weird. I can't believe it's green. That's insane. Well, Well, if it's edible, that's one more for the books on a food source in the winter for greens. Sweet. Try to ID that from a picture, maybe. Okay, so this is where I selected to put it. So for one, you have the ancient camp here that has stuff that's thousands of years old, up to Spanish colonial 1500s. This is where I found the axe head. Call it the camp area because there was remains of things that looked like it was a camp, from tool manufacture to grinding stones. So what I've done is the canyon we mess with is back there over those ridges. This is a natural point of travel up around here, and right in through this mess between these rocks here and up. Okay, so, and also if you kind of turn and go to the camp that way, we can catch that too. And so this is the camera placement. Cam's right here. We haven't put the antenna or the panel on it yet, but that's going to be where it's sitting. And so if a subject, I know it seems counterproductive hiding the camera, but okay, so if a subject approaches from here, at my height, the camera is not visible, as it wouldn't be from farther down. To a taller subject, it kind of would be, but it shouldn't stand out as bad. And then right here we're in view of the camera. So anyway, so that's where we're going to place it for now, and I just got to get in the antenna and the solar panel, and then we'll be good to go. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna run this cam. I didn't realize you were so crooked over there. I'm sorry about that. I think we're just gonna run a direct antenna on this cam. Screw it. It'll get even higher gain. We'll just test signal and see what we get there. Well, there's our placement. It's not the greatest, but believe it or not, being where that panel is, it's kind of in the black dark spot under those rocks. Even though it's in straight sunlight, it probably won't get noticed there. I mean, yeah, it might be, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I gotta go put a rock on the back and make sure it stays where it's supposed to be. And it'll be good. These cameras are so low draw that watching the meters on them so far, they've almost always stayed 95 to 100%, no matter how much I've used them. So that's pretty impressive. Yeah, we'll just put a rock on that dude like that. Come on, there you go. Anything to hold it. Now it may not seem like the greatest placement in the world, but believe it or not, I think it'll work pretty dang well. Okay, cool. We're gonna call that. And I gotta bust out of here if I'm late on time, so it's gonna be a jog all the way back through this stuff. But anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. There's something. Oh, well, there's cool. See, there you go. There's an old part of a scraper. Chert. This is probably 8,000 years been laying out here. But yeah, cool stuff everywhere. Wow. Flint. Even prettier. Cool. Or it's actually a type of fine grain chert. It's almost flint. But all right, thanks you guys for joining. To everybody that's been supporting us, say thank you big time. Camera sponsors, thank you big time times 2. Another piece. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Like this video. It actually helps a bunch more than you know. The algorithm trusts you guys. Believe it or not, commenting pushes it. Likes push it. Any shares push it. As long as you hit the share button and take the link from there. But all that helps us out a bunch. Gets this stuff to you guys. So, okay. We're almost out of here now. So I also wanted to add, if I can remember right now, my brain's fried. So Cam 2 still needs one more sponsor. And we've got 4 more cams to put out. They each need 2 sponsors apiece to get everything fired up, rolling in the field. And 2 of the cams we have are 360 cams. So pan and tilt 360. Higher resolution. So those will have to go in pretty soon. But we're open for 1 more sponsorship, 2 max per camera. And the sponsors get full access to the cam once we get it all working. Where they can log into the cam on their own, record video, audio, go back through the files, download the files out of the cloud, and all that stuff. So once it gets fired up, they basically, 2 sponsors per cam will have full access, admin access to the cameras themselves, all the file storage, be able to log in 24/7 to check them, and all that. So if you're interested in sponsoring a cam, should be a link in the description below to go to Patreon. And we've got cam sponsor brackets for the open ones that are there listed. And then you can as well sponsor a cam plus a donation. If it's other than 100, let us know. We'll develop a tier for that. So we'd take a cam sponsor plus a $5 donation. But just anyway, so just putting that out there that if anyone would like to be on the inside of this game and is interested, yeah, you can just hit me up, get further details. Or you can just go to Patreon and join as a cam sponsor, and I'll hit you up and give you all the details. So cool. With that said, I think that's it this time. Peace. Okay. Shameless plug time. So we have new gear, merch, for this project to help fund and keep this project going. T-shirts, coffee cups, stickers, hoodies, and they all have that CCI for the Cryptid Cam Initiative logo. You guys get yourself one of those, some of those. That'll help cover the ongoing costs of this stuff. These cams are close, but well, about 30 miles. Some of the other cams are going to be like 200 miles away, so. But we got those in house. I wanted to make sure you knew that. And stay tuned for more. So the adventure begins or continues. Okay, cool. If you love our research and videos and want to meet us in person, come check us out at the Nevada Premier Sportsman Expo, March 6th through the 8th in Reno, Nevada, where I'll be presenting on Bigfoot once each day, the monster, myth, or man. we'll be premiering GeoPro 3D and the new KX G2 parabolic microphone. Just look for us in booth 459. See you there.